Hello and welcome to another review. We're going to finally check out the Atlanta Reign from this weekend. So obviously they've had a massive redemption arc just recently. They obviously struggled in the main melee, playing very heavy brawl, but it ended up just not being the meta and they couldn't make anything else work. So we're going into this weekend, and I think Atlanta might be one of the few teams that really got the meta right this time. I think they look really good in it. They got Kai on that hit scan. They got Pelican on that echo. Obviously, Edison's in right now. I don't really understand why. But yeah, Kai on that hit scan, Pelican on that echo. I think Gator's been playing a lot of Orisa, which I think is the right call. And I think they just everyone's firing on all cylinders. On the opposite end, I think Spitfire are still in the dumps. We were actually talking about this recently for getting prepared for the watch point for the weekend. Did you know that the London Spitfire has not won a game? The franchise has not won a game since June 27th. So we are 1 month away from them not winning a game in an entire year. Which, it kind of seems to be going under the radar about how poor of a performance it's obviously not just this team. The London Spitfire team here is only 0-6 right now. But they're not looking great. And I think there's some pretty big issues that is unfortunately going on here. Obviously, we had a lot of hype for the British Hurricanes coming into the London Spitfire. I think they're heavily missing Sparker. I think Sparker is really unfortunate to not have them on this roster. He was so integral for their success in contenders, but hasn't been able to show that. And I don't want to point fingers, but I think Hybrid and Blase have both been somewhat lackluster in their roles, especially in this meta, right? Obviously, we saw Shax was lackluster in the main melee on that Tracer. I remember, I think it was this match that I remember watching. In two of these maps, we got to the end of the match, and I think Pelican had double the damage of Blase. I think it might be the second and third map. He had double the damage of Blase in both of those maps, at least for a portion of it, which is just... obviously, it's not all on Blase. It's just the way that they're playing the game. They weren't pocketing Pelican as hard, all that kind of stuff. But Hybrid as well, I think, has been struggling. So I'm really hoping that these guys can turn it around. They're still struggling as well. I think, if I remember correctly, Hardy plays a lot of Winston in this match and gets punished pretty hard. Obviously, not having a great read on the meta. So we stand. Let's have a look at this match and go from there. Sparker will play in the Summer Showdown. Yes. So Sparker comes of age, I believe, halfway. He's like somewhere in June. So I don't think he'll be available in the June Joust, but I think he's definitely of age going into the next tournament. Watch London nab Sparker in June. He's already a part of the London Spitfire roster. Yes, I am planning on doing a Boston review. Oh, I didn't press start. I am planning on doing a Boston review. That will probably be the next match.
Round one. Capture.
The June tournament, of course. So we got Simstrat, and then we got double hit scan with the legs coming from Pelican. So they want to play... Atlanta Reign's playing what I was surprised we didn't see more of, which is like this Orisa brawl with the Baptiste. This has actually been very successful. Paris Eternal is another team that had a lot of success playing this like Lucio Baptiste Orisa composition, and you just sort of play aggressive. The double hit scan is just like high damage. They're sort of playing this brawl style where they want to fight, but they just have so much damage that it's going to be really hard for the Spitfire to get anything done. Like, if you're Hybrid here, it's going to be very hard to get value against the constant picking and damage from the Reign, and Hardy is literally just not going to be able to exist. So... Tracer with the legs, yeah. Soldier is sort of played as like a pseudo Tracer, right? Where you're annoying, you flank. And look at Hardy. He can't even control his positioning without getting pushed out. And the Orisa is just so good. The reason Orisa is so good in this meta is the Orisa can just step forward, and you never want to shoot at an Orisa, right? She has Fortify, she has shields, all that kind of stuff. It's just won't. But Winston's so exposed. Once he uses his bubble, he has no defensive capabilities. And especially against a Diva, Soldier, McCree, you're just going to get constantly poked at. And you're just never going to be healthy enough to ever dive, right? I don't know if I agree with this decision by London to go here before their Anna and Hanzo are even really in position. I feel like they're about to take a ton of damage. Maybe they're trying to farm the nano. That could make sense. But yeah, look at Hardy. He's just almost dead again. He's having to jump defensively every time. He doesn't have his two things. But he has the nano now. So then we're going to nano the Winston. And who do you target at this point? You just have to hope you get onto the Baptiste with this nano Winston and zap him down. What's the point of playing Edison and Kai if they play McCree? I assume, like, my guess is that they plan on playing Symmetra on some of these points or something like that. You know, something unique, maybe a Reaper, something that they think Edison's better than Kai. I doubt it's for this round where Edison's going to play the McCree. Like, I assume it's for a different round where they have a more unique strategy. So here comes the Hattie. There's the nano. That is just the worst case scenario I've ever seen in my life. Holy sh... I did not see this happen in the game. That is... Look at how on... Look... This isn't even on Hattie. Like, this is just insane play by Masa. Masa gets the stop, and then Hawk gets the follow-up boop. Look at this. That is great recognition by Masa, knowing that he can play forward, go for the boop, and then... Oh my god. Holy shit, that is just boomed. That is just boomed. Living the Diva dream. Holy shit. And like, Blase can't do anything. He's going up against a Soldier McCree. He can't get close enough to get really good, like, poke because he's just gonna get shot at. Same thing with the Baptiste, right? They just have so much to sort of pressure away this Echo. So I really like this composition by the Atlanta Reign. I think they would struggle if a team went rush against them because I think there's potential that they just get overrun. And somebody else tried to play this, right? With the Soldier, the flanking Soldier. Why do I think it was like BQB on the Mayhem against Houston? Where he's just playing in Narnia and playing a very flank style. But what was happening, if they have enough healing and they play rush, the Soldier just has to play far. Oh, you know it was lit. It was the Dragons, you're right. And he was playing so far away, but they had so much healing that the Soldier didn't really get that effectiveness. So I think there are counters to this McCree Soldier style. It's just what Spitfire is playing, isn't it? And this kind of feels like Spitfire came in with an idea and a strategy, and they're like, they're not critically thinking of like, how does this ever work? Like, if you're the Spitfire, Hardy has 50% ult charge. Like, you have to look at this and be like, this isn't going to work. Hardy has 50% ult charge, 75% into the round as a Winston. Right, what is Hardy ever going to do with that jump? Look at where the Hanzo is playing. Look at how little amount of pressure they have going on. Hardy's literally just going to jump in and then just hope. He's gonna try and get space and then get nanoed. Good beat High Noon. That's literally just gonna force Hardy to disengage with that. Hybrid goes down. Like, what do you do? Is Hardy even gonna get a primal? Alright, he got it in the end. Diva Bomb's good. Oh, that's gonna be a good bomb. Oh, never mind. Yeah, and this is just a straight up comp miss by the London Spitfire. They're not playing the right comp. Against what the Atlanta Reign are pulling, it's kind of disheartening to see that they aren't willing to make swaps as well, right? Like, I understand you go in with a plan, but you need to be able to adapt when you just watch it and it's obviously not working. Has the clutches sit, but yeah, Masada has been, you know, I was pretty harsh onto Masada coming into this season about being like, is the dude checked out, like, mentally? Obviously, he's a great player, but does he still want to be here, right? Like, we've seen so many players go through that, and at the end of last season, he was pretty public about being like, hey, don't vote for me for All-Stars, I just want to go home, all that kind of stuff. Which isn't too ridiculous given a pandemic and everything that happened, but I was worried about him. He's put all those doubts to rest. Masar's been so good in this in the season so far. Even when Atlanta was struggling, I still think Masar was playing well. So, like, he's been very good.
4, 3.
Why play Hanzo? People like Hanzo because of, like, the high damage against, like, Orisa and stuff like that, but I'm not a huge fan of it. So here we're going again, right? So if you're the Spitfire, you just got bopped by Atlanta Reign playing a high damage tank kind of style, right? And they're going to come out on this point and also play the Winston? This feels like a gamble. And the other team that we've seen do this, they're playing the exact same comp as well. The other team we saw do this, where they forced Winston on this point, was the Washington Justice. And they are another team that really had a bad showing because they just have a massive mismatch of the understanding of the meta. Oh, shit. Masar gets slept before going in the TP. Wow. Okay. Well, that helps. Maybe that would give him some space. Let's see what Hybrid does on this Hanzo, because he really needs to... Like, I don't know how I feel about this Hanzo. I would prefer a lot of other things. Hardy is still just... Like, look at how bad that is. They literally get a first pick, but they can't take any space, because they're playing Echo Hanzo, which are just such poke-heavy comp. Like, how do they ever get onto this point? And now Masar's back. Watch point of view? No, I'm not gonna watch point of view. I know a lot of people like watching point of views, but I think you don't get a good sense of everything that's happening in the game if you do pubs. I think it's very hard to see the macro sense, and that's what I like breaking down. Like, if I watch, like, let's say I watch Gator Pub, I have no idea what's happening on the flank. But if I watch Blase flank a pub, I don't know what's happening in the front line, right? So it's hard to get a good justification. That's why I usually like playing in an overhead style and sort of breaking down, like, and seeing everything so then I can make correct judgments about that, right? Scared about yesterday's pause? Well, I do pause here and there, right? For certain players if I really want to see what they're doing. But, and here comes the poke out of Spitfire. Spitfire have the potential to win fights because they have the Hanzo, they have the Echo, they are going to do a lot of damage. But the problem is, this comp would be so much better if Hardy was playing like an Echo, an Orisa, I think, where they could apply more front-loaded shield pressure. Like, Hardy's getting his ult and he's zip-zapping, but he's taking so many resources. Wait, did they nano already? They have to have. When did they nano a Winston? Oh, so they nanoed the Winston to come back in? Oh, that's how they got so much damage and they got so much space. But they still couldn't really do too much on it. But Hardy almost has a primal now. Unless it's Shy. Yeah, well, yeah. There are some players that I've really wanted to look. But even now, when I watch the Spark, I'm not going to watch Shy that much. Unless he just hard carries. Like he has been. So. He's still only got like 30% ultra. Because he can't do anything. It's just too much damage. So now he has primal. He actually has the ability. And Iris is actually in trouble because he took... Yeah, they're actually in a pretty good spot. This is a pretty good engage for the London Spitfire with the engage of that primal. Well played by Hardy on that Winston. Because Rain just didn't have the ultimates yet, right? Rain didn't have the beat. Rain didn't have the bongo, the flux, or anything. They didn't really have an answer to the what they were doing. I like the switch by Rain. Like, Edison gives up on the sim, goes to the McCree, knowing that they need more damage. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Pelican switch off of the Doomfist as well, going into after he uses his Meteor Strike. Just watch the Jimmy. What? Okay. I wasn't looking at the macro sense, guys, and that wasn't a review, so it's fine. Whatever. Okay. Alright, so there's the bongo. They trade the bongo for the nano. Oh, Reaper goes down to Pelican. Wait, what? Alright, Pelican just comes out of fucking nowhere. Just murders Reaper. They should be able to get the res here on Calyx.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Yeah, there it is. Dragon. Iris goes down to the Echo. How does this happen?
Meteor strike.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Oh, okay, so he takes over the Doomfist and just murders Iris. That was a pretty good play. Hybrid gets the flux. Oh, okay, Reaper. Wait, what? Oh, wow, that really didn't look like it should have hit. But hey, you take those. Sick sleep. Great play by London Spitfire. That's just honestly, like, if I'm being honest, I don't even love the strategy that we saw from the London Spitfire. They just used a lot of their ultimates, and like Blase got the insta-gib onto Iris. Obviously, Reaper hits the big sleep, so just big individual plays, but it did cost them a lot, right? But it also cost Rain a lot, so. I like the Diva switch. I think Pelican should switch as well. I think Pelican should go to something with more... Like, Pelican doesn't synergize with the rest of his team. He's like solo diving, hoping to insta-gib someone. It's the best counter comp to double shield. I think a rush. Anything in which you can get in the face of the double shield. Oh, yeah. I don't like that move by the Atlanta Rain either, trying to go through there. Okay. Wait, how does Pelican punch Blase? Doesn't, no matter what combo you're using, tons of ults send to wins fight? Yeah, and that's it, right? Like. Oh, Blase just got boomed. Beat, that's a good beat. Oh, yeah. That was a good recognition by Rain, realizing that they could win the fight. But that's pretty much off the back of a Pelican punching Blase. Like, that's very random. But with Hero Bands and Rheingon, do you just play double shield against double shield? No, you can play like an Orisa, Diva, Lucio, Moira with like a Reaper. And we've seen a bunch of different teams do that. We saw that in the Outlaws match recently. The other team that really liked to do that, Chengdu did that a little bit. Just you play like a rush style, where you're just like running at the enemy really hard. You don't need a Reinhardt to do that. Obviously, Reinhardt is better, but you can still fill it with an Orisa, and Orisa can add some utility in a different direction. The point of Orisa dive, it's not a dive, it's a Orisa rush. Where it's like you're playing the Orisa like you would a Reinhardt. Where the Orisa is the front line, you're dropping shields, you're being annoying, you're not doing as much damage as Rein, but you also add a lot more, right? You all of a sudden have a suck. The suck of the Orisa is very good. You also now have a bongo, so if you're rushing, you can drop a bongo and then move forward with it with just extra damage. It's not the exact same, but it has the same, you know, like, ideology in a way, right? It says Diva not dive. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm just bad at reading.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Doomfist.
So Blaze's gonna take the Doomfist again. I don't really like these Doomfist. Like, am I the only one that thinks Blaze's doing it just because he likes to play Doomfist? Like, I feel like the Diva would still be 100% better as a copy.
Focusing energy.
But Hybrid hit some shots. Hybrid did a good job there, so that will be that. What's the point of Orisa Diva? Oh, sorry, that was the question. The Diva, you need the Diva to mitigate a lot of damage when you're rushing forward. When you use the Lucio speed boost, when you're running at the double shield, right? Because we're talking about using against double shield. You need to eat the Orisa damage. You need to eat the Sigma left clicks. You need to eat the hit scan shots and that kind of stuff. You need to absorb a lot of the damage, and Diva does that better than anyone else with Defense Matrix. That is a very early bongo. Don't like that. Have you done the other London game? No. So the backwards dragon. Wow, look at how flank heavy the Spitfire are playing. They're not even trying to contest the point. They're just hard flanking onto Edison. Reaper gets booped on the front line though. And they should get the point. So they got the point advantage. Oh, Iris goes down before the beat goes down. That's a bit of a mistake by Massa. Blase on point. This was a much closer by Spitfire. I think they definitely made the comp work a little bit. And they could have won that round. I still don't think their comp was great for that point, but they made it work. So that's what matters, right? There's a gold bongo. I think he thought that London was going to play aggressive because they had been playing aggressive every time they tried to walk out. So I think that was a preemptive bongo by Gator in the expectation that they were going to play aggressive, but then London was just like, fuck it, we're just going to run away. So it gave them the space to be able to take a good fight. So the Bam Show, thank you very much for the 6 months. When are you going to show us them Overwatch skills of your own? I play ranked from time to time. I did a lot during the break, but honestly, people love reviews, and that there's just so many games to review in such a short amount of time that it's hard to find time to play ranked as well, especially because I don't like streaming too long, especially when I'm like reviewing games and that kind of stuff. Like I stream for 6 hours and I'm just pooped, if I'm being honest. Like I just get so tired. It's just a lot of talking and a lot of just like being focused and stuff like that. So I don't like streaming more than 6 hours, as much as it probably would be good for my stream to stream more than 6 hours. I just burn out. We have a VOD cast as the Masters? Nah, probably not. Would you come back like Jake? Nah. I'm done with my competitive. Someone made a tweet about it today, actually. Was it Dante? Talking about competitiveness? Or something like that? And it's something that, like, taking, and Jake like commented on, Dante commented about being like, just taking that year break for Jake was like, it really, when you're an Overwatch League player, everything is like competition. You just assume you need to be better, and you assume everyone else is out to get you, and you just assume you need to be the best, and you have that mindset of just competition 100% of the time. It was Short4, that's right. It was Short4 who made this tweet about being like how he's like, he feels like he's in a much better frame of mind now that he's left the Overwatch League and he doesn't have that constant weight of competition on his back. That is a big thing that a lot of people don't take into account. And it's really nice once you get out of that. And I don't think I would ever go back to that. I would never say never, but like the bigger thing for me of like, if I had to go back to the Overwatch League is I would have to move states. I'm planning and living my future with SAP. And I'm really excited about a lot of cool stuff that we have. We're building things, we're building stuff together. And being a player is a very selfish act of doing that. And it would be like, it would consume my entire life. When you are in the Overwatch League, it consumes your entire life. I've done that. I did it for 5 years with Overwatch. It was awesome. I don't regret anything. I love, that's probably some of the best years of my life. But it doesn't mean I want to go back to it. And I'm happy with what I'm doing now. Sorry. As much as I respect Jake because he's having this crazy glow up and he's coming back and he's a competitive guy and I'm happy for him, I'm not envious of him. I'll put it that way. God, this streamer is so boring. Go away, Matt. Can't we just ban Matt?
Ability increased.
Alright, so let's see what we got here. So we're gonna have Atlanta coming out with the composition that I really like. Like, I really think that this is one of the best compositions that you can play right now, what Atlanta is playing with the Baptiste. Because I think the Baptiste really like adds an extra element of the lamp for your Orisa, all that kind of stuff. And then the Ashe Echo is just so good for Kai Pelican, right? So yeah. We'll do that. And then Spitfire, they're still playing the Winston. They're sold on this comp. London is sold on this Hanzo Echo composition with the Winston, and I just don't like it. This goes back to the fact of, I don't think Spitfire is playing awfully. I just think they're where they are right now, and the meta that they're playing just isn't that good. And that's why they had more success. London played against... Who was their first game against? It was pretty competitive. It was against Washington? Am I remembering that correctly? Where Washington... Florida. They played against Florida, and Florida, like, it was pretty close. Like, that was a pretty close series, and we expected more from Florida. But the reason I think London were more successful against Florida is they were both playing the Winston. Like, they were both playing a suboptimal comp, so then really it just becomes a mechanical matchup. And London has good mechanical players. I just don't think they're playing the right things right now. And I think if they played the Orisa, then it would be good. Matt, can I send you a replay code from Casters Masters to review? Yeah, fine. After this review, I will watch Casters to Masters. Okay, send me the replay code. I'll watch one map. I heard you guys went 0-5. Am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? No. But it can't be that bad, right? On Discord? Okay. Yeah, send it to me on Discord. I'll look at it after this review. But let me finish this review first. We get the nano onto Hardy once again. Like, legitimately, like, how does Hardy keep getting nanoed and then they not realize that this is a problem? He keeps getting nanoed and it just doesn't do anything because there's just too much damage, right? Hardy just gets burnt down. The nano's almost like a bait. Like, Hardy has to have Primal Rage to really get any value. Good kill by Shax on a Gator. But Spitfire is just so disconnected at this point, right? Like, what is it? Hello? Why is Reaper here? Okay, I was just gonna kill both supports. They're so split up.
Objective lost.
Will the Casters to Masters be on YouTube? I don't know. If it's really good, then yeah. But if not, probably no. We'll see how it goes. Alright. Here we go. So Hardy is still stuck on this Winston. He is going to get this primal like I was talking about. Blase is going to have the echo copy, so we'll see how they go with that. But just like, look at the amount of damage that the Rain has in their composition. That is just literally like anti-Winston composition. Bren was by far our worst player. I feel like if I asked everyone, they would say somebody else. Like if I asked Bren would say Sideshow was the worst player. And then if you ask Sideshow would say Matt was the worst player. And then it would just be this constant cycle of everyone else saying someone was shit. Oh, good hit by Shax. Shax is actually beginning some good kills here. Res by Masa, good protection from the rest of the team. I love the Valk. The Valk is really good. If they can keep Kai alive, they're in such a good spot. They're not going to be able to keep him alive. Kai's dead. Oh, Hardy gave up on it. Interesting. I'm fucking lost because we're fighting in the small room. Rain had to use a lot of ults to stabilize in this. Like, that was one primal by the Spitfire, and Atlanta used Bob, Copy, Valk, and Diva Bomb to just do that. Hardy got stupid value from that primal. They did not consolidate very well there as well. Now Hardy's coming in with the nano again. Lamp's good because Blase turns into the BAP. Blase's copies have been interesting to say the least. He's done 2 Doomfists and now a Baptiste. The Baptiste lamp actually got very good value though. I will give him that, but I don't think it's gonna help them in the long term, and that goes both of them. And here's the problem with the composition, right? The Echo goes in, the Winston goes in, the Nano goes in, all that kind of stuff, but what is Shax doing? He's just throwing arrows. At least if it was Ash, I think he could apply more pressure. I think Bob's a better ultimate. He can throw dynamite into the doorway, all that stuff, right? So it just feels like there's anti-synergy there. And like Hardy has to go in as Winston, otherwise he's useless because he's not playing the Orisa. Was that BAP copy intentional? I'm not sure. It was actually a pretty good copy for the grand scheme of things, but like the best thing about Echo copy is that you get someone else's ultimate, right? But Baptiste's window is not a very good copyable ultimate because you usually have to go in to get the value, and then you're not going to get value from the window, right? Like I don't even know if he dropped a window in that room. If they did, they didn't get value from it. So like, how does Hardy go in at this point? They have to wait. Look at this, all this space that they gave them here. As the cart goes around here, London goes to the high ground. It's just as they try and get Nano, because they can't do anything with Nano until they get Nano. Hardy legitimately cannot play the game until he has defensive, and then Pelican kills Shax before anything happens, right? Is Hardy even going to get time to go in before? Holy cow, they're cutting it late. There you go, there's the Nano onto Hardy. Pelican switches to the Diva, which is going to be such a problem. They're going to get a crazy value Diva. That is a sick Diva bomb. Oh, it catches Iris as well. That is a great Diva bomb by Molfig. That was so good. Threw it exactly at the supports. It ended up in the air. Molfig loses mech again. Is Pelican going to get another Diva bomb? It's close. He got another Diva bomb. That's ridiculous. And there's another Diva bomb. You cannot throw 3 Diva bombs in a fight. That is not allowed. We talked about this yesterday. You cannot throw that many Diva bombs. It's part of the Overwatch Geneva Convention. You can't do that. That's fucking bullshit. That is ridiculous. Like, that was best case scenario by Molfig killing the entire backline. But Echo just gets 2 Diva bombs plus Hawk's Diva bomb. Like, how do you live through that? It's a war crime. It is. Ridiculous. Alright, well, shit. If you're the Spitfire, that costs you a lot. Hardy has the primal, though. As we say, Hardy, when he has the primal, he generally gets pretty good value from it. So let's see what they do here. Because Masad does not have the Valk, so he should be able to get on the back line. If you're the Rain, you're thinking... If you're the Rain, here's what you think. You got the Bongo, you got the Bob. You use the Bongo, take the space. If Hardy goes in to use the primal, you throw the Bob. And you throw it, like, somewhat defensively, right? If Hardy comes in, you throw the Bob, like, here. The Bob is either going to shoot the monkey the whole time, making it really hard, or it's going to zone off the rest of the team. So they're getting so much space here. Look at how much space they're willing to give for this Bongo. And Hardy's just trying to find the... Oh, Hawk found him. How did Hawk find him? That's so bad for London. Like, Hardy's going to have to primal for free. Is he going to do it? He just dies. He literally just knows that it's not even worth primaling in the room. So he just dies, and then they get the res. Oh, God. Oh, God. He is the nano onto Blase. Pelican's gonna be careful. Oh no, Pelican goes to the Diva. If he gets another 2 Diva bombs, I'm quitting Overwatch. Oh wow! Alright. Alright, good bubble by Hardy. So it gets off that bubble, but all of a sudden Hardy's gonna have to go aggressive. I actually really like this Orisa copy by Blase. It's actually a very good copy. I still think I prefer the Diva, but the Orisa's pretty good. That bongo is gonna be pretty valuable, I think. Oh, he pushes it off the high ground. Oh my god. Hardy just used his Primal Rage, by the way. Just used it. Hardy literally is not even playing the game at this point. He's had this the entire 3rd point. I've been trying to hype up the whole time. He uses it and they lose the point. You quitting Overwatch? Nah, he didn't get multiple. He didn't get 3 D blocks again. Oh no. Oh no.
Initiating match.
Why do I feel like London does start playing some Orisa? Please start playing some Orisa.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, they're sticking to this Hanzo Echo comp.
Defend objective.
Ugh. I don't know how I feel about this after getting rolled. This is the 2nd map that they keep getting rolled by the exact same comp by Brain, and they just keep hitting their heads against it. Was this bad game from London? Good from Atlanta? Both. Honestly, both. I think Atlanta's been playing very well. Like, they took down the Houston Outlaws as well. But I think they just, like, the way that Atlanta is playing the game, I think is honestly the best way to play the game right now. I think their catch on the meta has been very good. Not even just MTD. I feel like Hardy is, like, swimming upstream every single time I watch him play. It just feels like they're never playing the right heroes. The Gatekeeper's back in business. I think Atlanta could go very far in the June tournament. I think, especially if everyone else is slow to react to the meta, I think Atlanta can go far. If this is the meta and they get good at it, this is a perfect meta for them. Pelican can play Echo. He's insane at it. Kai can play hit scan. Hawk on the Diva, like literally his bread and butter. He's so good at it. Masar plays like the Mercy. It's not really his best hero, but he's good at it. Like Gator on the Orisa making plays. It's a really good meta for them. So once again, they nano Hardy in to just get absolutely murked. He gets a lot of value there. That was actually pretty good. Gator gets the bongo. How does Gator have a bongo a minute 20 into this game? Dude, Gator's like, look at the value. Look at that. Orisa value. Look at that. Look at that right there. He's just, he kills Hardy, gets the bongo. Oh, Blase gets Iris. Should get rezzed, theoretically. By Masa. Oh! How does that happen? Where's the soul? There it is. He just got Valk as well. I think he should have Valked. Oh, that was good sticks, though. I can understand what he was trying to do there. He's trying to just live, but yeah. Good play by Blase. Blase got pretty much every single one of those kills. That was really well played. Well played by Blase.
Objective lost.
Why don't they just have different bans for each mini tournament? Because they just want to keep it fresh from tournament to tournament. We had hero pools like every 2 weeks last year, and it was bad because it just felt like there was always something being banned and that everyone was always getting pigeonholed into a comp. By just doing it every second tournament, it keeps the meta fresh without sort of limiting as much. You know what I mean? Charuba, thank you very much for the Prime Gaming sub. Welcome to the fam. Alright, so Pelican being smart, not letting the tanks get set up in this room. Double Diva versus Winston Diva. They're in a much better spot. Yeah, look at how much damage Hardy's taking. Yeah, isolates. The Diva bomb is smart by Pelican, switching on, splitting the backline from Hardy. Hardy smartly does not use the primal. I think that would have been a bit of a gamble. Will there be hero bans for the grand finals as well? As far as I'm aware, there is not. So the way it's going to work is no hero bans for the May Melee, hero bans for June tournament, no hero bans for the third tournament, hero bans for the fourth tournament, no hero bans for the playoffs and into the finals. That is what as far as I'm aware, has been, like, stated. No, they weren't being in for the Countdown Cup. I like that. It keeps it fresh, and that's the point of it, right? Oh, is Iris dead? I think Iris is dead. Oh, he has to use the lamp, but he's probably still dead to Hardy. Yeah. Hi. Not bad, not bad. So they get in with the nano. Hardy even saves his primal, which was a good play. I don't know how I feel about that res on Iris. That might have just staggered them a little bit more, yeah. Should people attribute the shift of Atlanta Reign to Unta? No. I think he's definitely one of the elements that is probably helping Atlanta Reign out a lot. And I think Masar's been pretty outspoken about how he loves how they've changed their coaching and their structure and stuff like that. But I think you can give it all to Unta. I think there's a ton of things going for them. I think we might see Violet Echo. I really hope to God we don't see Violet Echo. Oh, Gator. They're doing a great job of just, like, stuffing Reign in. Making it so that, like... Because the problem with the composition from Reign is if they can't get the space to do the damage, then it's just a bad comp. Kai gets Reaper, though. Pelicans existing in the backline. Oh, Masar's dead. What? That's a yikes for me, dog. Rough. I just like seeing Mercy superiority! Wow, that was very close to a C9 from Mulfig. Holy. You said Mercy wasn't his best hero. Masar had Batfields? Yeah, he did actually get healed at the end, so that is worth noting, but...
You're going to be okay. Someone get that payload moving.
Should have had the casters on that C9. Yeah, I'm sort of freaking out. Oops, not what I wanted. Oh, Kai on the McCree. I actually like the McCree switch for Kai. I think it's gonna be like, obviously now that they're set up on the high ground, you'd much prefer to be the Ashe, but I think getting out of this choke was way better to play the McCree with the flashbang. Also, more CC for Hardy is just gonna make it more Frowny Town, right? Glycerin and Takeo and Holiday together. I don't think by choice for either of these guys. Are they gonna try and burn this? Oh, good kill on the Kai. Getting through the lamp as well. Oh god, those iframes for Kai. Holy cow, that was fortunate.
Diva.
Good Diva bomb. It's more to remake, but it gives them enough time. They're stabilizing. I wish London picked up Darned or Naga. Yeah, so that becomes the big question of why did they not pick up Darned? People, like, why is Blase on this roster is like a really big question of like, why? I don't really know the answer to it. There might be a good reason if they thought Blase was better. Maybe he trialed better. It's hard to really know, but yeah. What would you rate Blase? Blase hasn't done that well this season, but also, you know, it's hard to look good on a bad team. So Blase could easily be stuck in that. But or Blase could be the problem. Like, it's hard to really know. I haven't watched too closely at Blase. He's definitely been struggling though.
30 seconds.
Oh god. Alright, good job. That cost them a lot, though. What'd that cost them? Dragon, Primal. Oh, actually, it was only Dragon and Primal. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was. They're gonna have Nano still. Gator's doing a good job. He knows... Dude, it's the second time Messiah's rezzed Iris just for Iris to just get murdered again. Messiah, leave him alone. Gator's doing a good job of holding up the point, right? Just recognizing all he needs to do is slow it down so that everyone else... Do they know that Hawk is behind them? Oh, Blase knows. Blase's only ever been on bad teams and also put in bad situations, right? When he went to Boston, he got forced onto Flex Tank. When he went to Houston Outlaws, he got forced onto McCree. Like, Blase's just out here trying to play a Flex DPS. So at least London are letting him play a role of, like, he's playing the Flex DPS. Oh, God. Hawk is holding that close. This fight's just over.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Adaptive
Yeah, this
circuits
fight's just over.
engaged. Orisa.
Gator goes up the edge. Yeah. Blase just wants to play Doomfist. Yeah, legitimately just wants to play Doomfist. He was diffed on Echo in May, and I have heard that, like, Darned was not the best flex DPS, and he wasn't the person hard carrying the British Hurricanes, but he was good, right? And, like, I don't know who would be better between Darned and Blase. Oh my god. Kai? Oh, he wasn't even aiming at the Echo.
60 seconds remaining.
Thank you, kindly.
Darned is also 23 for a rookie versus Blase was considered proven. Yeah, but the thing is, like, as we said, I don't think Blase is considered proven. I don't think he's proved that he can be, like, one of the best, you know, one of the good flex DPSs in the league, right? Because he's never been given the opportunity. So this is kind of his first opportunity to prove that, right? Apart from the duplicates, he definitely wasn't getting as much damage as I was looking at the stats because we have the numbers and we can see them real time. He definitely wasn't getting as much damage as others. Interesting. That was a ballsy res, but I like it because it paid off. Oh god, Gate is dead again though. Masar's track record of rezzing someone into then dying is very, very high. Just because you could doesn't mean you should. Is a good motto for res. Oh god, Gator. Oh, that was an unfortunate one. If it had ended up over here, that could have been really good. Wow, that was so close to a C9. Wow, Masar gets Gator up again, dude. Masar's reses have been pretty wild so far. He hasn't really been punished from any of them. So, Pelican comes in clutch though. Wait, did Pelican get 2 Diva bombs again? Throws one on the roof, comes back alive, does a ton of damage, drops another Diva bomb, kills Shax. And that is why Diva is by far the best copy. You are so strong, you're so tanky, you can go deep, you get Diva Bomb like almost instantly, and you can get 2 Diva Bombs. Plus, you can also get a remech kill. You have the remech as well. Sag. Pelican guy's pretty good. When's the uninstall stream? Oh no.
Ready for battle.
If you can get charge on a Zaya copy, it's busted. Yeah, but you run into the same issue of you need to get charge, right?
Ready for battle.
Shax Hanzo just seems like London are desperate for something to work. It just feels like they don't know what they wanted. It feels like they're stuck in this loop of playing this Winston, right? Like, they've lost the last 2 maps pretty convincingly. Like, at what point are they gonna be like, hey, maybe we should change up our strategy? Like, maybe, like, I'm not saying change everything. I'm just saying, like, maybe we should try Hardy on Orisa. Like, maybe we should try something else because nothing, like, if you don't change anything, then the outcome is not going to change as well. Like, they're just hoping that they play drastically better. Was this a 3-0? Yeah, it is.
The payload.
Let's have a look at Hybrid Widow a little bit. Or is it? Yeah, it's not like Winston, right? Where you're like, you have to like learn, really understand. All you have to do as a Orisa is stand in the front line, pull some sucks, and communicate it. Like, everyone in the league, every main tank in the league can play Orisa. Obviously, some are better than others, but I don't think there's a single main tank in the league that I'm like, nah, they can't play Orisa. Main tank just doesn't have it in their wheelhouse. Like, Orisa's not that hard to play. Oh, Kai gets Reaper. But I remember this map is the closest. Okay. Sparker's very good. Yeah, I think they're counting down the days until Sparker gets in for sure. Need to hit those shots. There you go. Oh, that was close. Where's the rest of the team? It feels like there's so much space is being given. How is Masara able to just walk up? I guess they got the Diva mech and the baby, right? Oh, no, they haven't got the baby yet, but they pushed Spitfire so far away. Like, now Spitfire have to go in for a re-engage without the mech. Oh, God, please don't kill Malfoy. And that's, like, the value of the Orisa, right? You can get all the pulls. Oh, so Nano Winston coming in the backline as per always. Oh, good dive with Blase as well, though. Oh, God, Blase dies, though. Kai gets Hybrid. I think it's an Orisa diff. It's not even how London are playing right now. I honestly just think their composition is just not as good as the Reigns. They're literally playing almost the exact same comps. Except it's Winston Anna instead of Orisa, Brig, Bap, sorry. Hardy tries to hard carry. Well, Hardy's not even trying to hard carry. Hardy's just trying to play the game. If he doesn't go in, then he doesn't do anything. And that is the problem with Winston. And what I said when we were going into this thing is, the problem with Winston is Winston has to go in, but if he has no one to follow him up, and there's these high damage characters being played, how do you exist in the game? You can't do anything from mid-range. You have to get close and you have to jump in. Hardy, it's not even like, here's the problem as well with it. It's not even like, oh, well, Hardy's not doing that bad. He's creating space. He's getting primals. He's also sucking up every single nano that the Spitfire ever gets. So it's not even like they're nanoing Blase and Hardy's getting value on his own. Like, every single nano needs to go onto Hardy just to make him feel effective and give him some space to go in. While, like, if, let's say Atlanta was playing the Ana, or, like, Iris can use his windows pretty much freely, and that's a free advantage. Or they can, if they were playing the Ana, they could nano Pelican, right? Kai's hitting his shots, but that's what you expect from Kai, right? And that's what you expect from a hit scan player on your team. Not mentioning names. Oh, Hybrid gets the better of Kai. Let's have a look at this one. Did he see him? That was a fucking alpha shot. Holy crap. Well, let's look at this from Kai's perspective. He even has the juggle from landing. Okay. Shit, Kai's just like surprised that he showed up. It's like, wow, okay. That was alpha, dude. Unfortunate unscope, yeah. I don't think Kai expected that at all. They got the walls now, which is gonna be a problem. Alright, so they nanoed Blase in this time, which is actually kind of cool. Okay. Well, the idea was right. He kind of got owned though. How does Pelican murder him? I think he might have got body shot as well. I don't know what that was. So Hardy gets Kai, which is okay. Oh, if he also gets Iris as well, it's big worth. Oh yeah, nice job by Molfig and Hardy. I think they should be able to get the res onto Iris, or did Masar just fuck up his res? Oh no. Oh, I think that was his Valk running out. Oh no. Oh, he got pushed away. Yeah, he did. He got pushed away by Molfig, so he's not going to be able to res there. Which should pretty much just be the end of that. Well, London, Spark can make London super. I don't think just like I think Spark is definitely going to be good for them. I don't think he's going to just make them competitive all of a sudden. Unless Spark comes in and is just an absolute nutter. I don't think he'll help, but I don't think he'll like be the deciding factor and turn the season around. Kai gets caught by Blase. Oh god. What happens here?
Quite the boost.
Morphic's a highlight? Yeah, Morphic's been pretty good. Oh, that was a good kill by Blase. He should have been happy with what he got. Also, where's Kellex? Kellex is with Hybrid. Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks like probably an overcommit by Blase, especially seeing as he doesn't have Kellex. So he's gonna lose his copy and die again. Yeah, and Kai gets res. That wasn't a great play by Blase.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Wrecking ball.
What is my eyes? Is that an emote?
Area denied.
I've never seen that. Is it FFC or BTTV? Please add. 1 second. FFC, my eyes. There we go. It's FFC, it looks like. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, I got it. It's there, yeah, from SpongeBob. Yeah, I got it. It should be added. You'll probably have to refresh and it might take a little bit, but it's on FFC. There's an animated one on BTTV. Really? My eyes. I can't find it by just like Googling it. Is it working for you guys? I haven't refreshed mine. Alright, Pelican gets Kellex. Thank you, VLOOKUP. Alright, I added that one as well. Oh, it's supers. It's a super emote? Alright, classic. Got to refresh Twitch. Okay, I got the BTTV one as well. You guys should be able to get it. Refresh, I only get hit with an ad. Dude, Twitch has been running so many ads these days. So Hybrid's going to switch over to the McCree off the Widow. Kai's going to do the same thing. Bust that shit wide open. Alright, look at how much space the Spitfire are giving. Why is this happening? Hardy is playing the Wrecking Ball. So instead of playing the Orisa, he decides to play the Wrecking Ball. I don't know what he's expecting to do with this Wrecking Ball, but let's have a look. This is kind of like the, who did we flame for doing this as well? Yesterday? It was, Gaga? Mag, that's right. It was Mag. Yeah, Mag tried to play ball into the same thing, and it just doesn't work. There's too much CC. Let's use another example. We gave a bunch of examples with Mag yesterday. Here's another example of why you should not play the Wrecking Ball into this comp. You literally can't go in ever because there's just too much damage that exists. Honestly, it kind of feels like London scrimmed a ton against Washington. Does anyone else get that vibe? It feels like they're struggling from the exact same mistakes. It's like they're the exact same team.
Initiating match.
Is a hot take when I said that Blase is carrying London, Hybrid is decent, and the rest is disappointing?
5, 4.
That is a hot take. I think Reaper's been fine. It's solid. I think Molfig's been quite good. Everyone else, I think, has struggled. That is my take of it. I don't think Hybrid or Blase is. Neither one of them have been very impressive for me. Blase had an extreme off day. Yeah, and like, that's fine. Like, as I said, I'm not, like, I'm not looking too much into like the individual plays and stuff like that, but I wouldn't say Hybrid and Blase are the shining lights of this Spitfire team, right? Fat Fry Funk, thank you very much for the 4 months. I love these VOD reviews. Thank you for them. No worries. Thank you for the 4 months. Who's the coach of London? Well, this is actually important, and we haven't really talked about this actually in this VOD review. The head coach was Reprise, someone I actually worked with on the Los Angeles Valley, and he's been around in the scene for forever. I really like Reprise. I think he's a great coach. I think he's a really smart guy. But he actually stepped down recently. He retired. And their new head coach for them is Fisher, who was the head coach of British Hurricanes. Was Fisher an assistant coach prior to getting signed as the head coach? Because it is surprising that they promote pretty much the entire contenders team, but then don't promote the coach with them. Yeah, Fisher, Fischer, not Fisher as well. He was an assistant coach, right? I think he was as well. I think he was on the team. Let's have a look. But yeah, so obviously now they're going back to old guard. They're going back to more of their people. Fisher has the head coach. Yeah, so he's been on the team. So he joined in December. But yeah, I think he was an assistant coach. But Reprise is out now. But we obviously got Commander X now as an assistant coach. We got Fisher as a head coach, and now they only have 2 coaches. So they and obviously Stylos are really helping out as the British consultant for the London Spitfire, whatever that means. Smurfette, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. But yeah, so that is the changes. Fisher's been around in the scene for a pretty long time, coaching. I think he coached. Let me confirm this, but I'm pretty sure he was a coach of Envy at some point as well. Right? Yeah, he was a coach of Envy for about 5 months when they were actually pretty successful, I think. So you can't see it, but it says Team Envy. But yeah. Every team should have a British consultant. Everyone would be a lot better if they had this. But hey, London Spitfire coming out now. They're playing the exact same comp, except for Molfig on the SIG, as the Atlanta Reign. So they're kind of like, hey, this shit's not working. Let's try playing some shields. Let's try and play it up. And I like this. Your back's against the wall at this point. You have nothing to lose. Even if this fails miserably, couldn't fail more miserably than something that you've already tried for the entire series. So I really like this adaptation by the Spitfire. He was a coach at Envy, yeah. He started in EU though. He is an EU player, right? Because Fisher was an EU player way back in the day. I think he was a tank player. So he was a player before he became a coach. Back in like 2017 before the Overwatch League. Okay. So we got a lot of poke. London's done a good job of getting the high ground control right now. Reign haven't really been able to displace them, and they're actually going to give it up. So, who's the best hit scan, and do you think he's the best? So far this season, the best hit scan is probably Shy. I think Shy has probably had the best performance this year. How does Reaper kill Iris? I knew someone was going to say Jimmy. Happy? Happy's had a really good Hanzo. It looks like he just got poked down by everyone. Happy had a very good Hanzo, but I don't think he's been the best hit scan. Shy from Spark, yeah. River kills Iris again. Okay, sweet. That's a problem.
Changing position.
Here's McCree with Sig. Yeah, but I think Happy had a very good main melee. Other than that, we haven't really seen as much from him. I think Shy's just been... Shy, like, just go watch Shy. If you don't think it's Shy, I dare you to go back, watch Hangzhou Spark. They needed to push the cart faster than this. They were slow to pushing the cart. Reign should get a re-engage on this. Go back and watch Shy play. Like, he literally just dominates the game whenever he plays hit scan. Lip is the best hit scan. Lip is quite good. Lip has been very good as well. He's definitely an honorable mention. Oh, Molfig, careful. Oh my god, the lamp gets forced before the fight even starts because Molfig goes a little bit too aggressive. I assume Pelican's gonna go in, copy a Diva. Oh, actually, there isn't a Diva to copy. What is he gonna do? Holy Hybrid went into orbit.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Oh, Pelican. Nice play by Hybrid. Let's actually watch this play from Hybrid's perspective. This was really well played. Recognizing the Diva. He actually went into orbit. I don't know what that was. Instantly dinks Pelican out of the copy and actually makes that ult completely redundant. So that was really well played. Oh, Pelican still gets Reaper. Should be reservable by Kellex. There it is. How long until Gator gets this bongo? This bongo is going to be a problem. Hybrid kills Iris in the air. Hybrid's playing well on this attack so far. Gator's not going to get the bongo down. So with that bongo not going down, that should be the end. Hybrid played really well. I don't think they capped that without Hybrid hitting those shots. So, can Kai compete with Shy? Yeah, probably. Kai's very good. Kai's already shown that he can play with the best hit scans in the world. I don't think I would say Kai is the best hit scan in the world, but I think he can definitely play. No one's disappointed with having Kai on their lineup as the hit scan. He's a very good player, and I think any team would take him. Top 5 easy, yeah. I miss Boink. Boink's such a weird... The community perception of Boink is just such a weird one. Am I the only one who thinks it's weird that, like, Boink is just... Everyone just loves Boink so much, but he wasn't very good on the Houston Outlaws, if I'm being honest. But everyone... And he just existed for, like, 2 extra seasons after that. It's a meme. I know it is, but it's just... It's kind of... It's a meme to the point that everyone just loves Boink. But when Boink was playing... No one really cared, but then it just became a meme. I wonder what Boink's doing these days. Like Sleepy? Well, not really like Sleepy. Sleepy's pretty prominent known in the scene as he obviously didn't have a great career. Unfortunately in the end, like he struggled on the San Francisco Shock and then he went to Washington Justice and like that team also wasn't great. He had some good moments though, but Sleepy's also a very successful streamer now. So he's doing very well for himself. Now, can somebody explain to me what's happening on this fight? People like Sleepy. Sleepy has a really big stream these days. Sleepy's a very controversial person though. Like some people don't like him, some people do, all that kind of stuff. So the tanks are flanking against the Diva and the Widow and the Mercy, and then Bap and Orisa are playing on the high ground against the Mercy, Echo, Widow. Kind of a weird situation. This is really good for the London Spitfire though. You're supposed to be an analyst. It doesn't matter how much analytical you have. Is sometimes when I think of double shield, the flanking or double shield is not really what I was expecting. The double tanks are shutting down the Widow. And then Masago's on to die. And now Pelican uses the copy and is having an Echo, an Orisa duel in lounges. Hardy drops his bongo. And then Pelicans are still alive. And then a Flux goes down. But then Kellex comes in for some reason and is in the middle of it. Dies to Pelican. And then Molfig gets Pelican, but then Molfig dies. And that was really good for the Spitfire until it wasn't. When they blew both of their tank ults.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
What about Red Shell? What about Red Shell? Red Shell never played in the league.
Wobble, motherfucker.
Lola Bear, thank you very much for the fresh sub. Sleepy did fuck. Sleepy was mechanically a very good player. I don't think anyone can doubt that, so. He was definitely a solid flex support. He just, when I say he was unsuccessful in the league, I mean in like team performances, right? Both the teams that he, like the main teams that he played on, he just didn't really get much game time. Well, like, not game time. The teams just weren't very successful when he was on their rosters. Okay. So now they get the snipes. Hybrid going down, like, takes away all of their off angle, though, so. Look at Hardy's hero. Yeah, I try to ignore it. That's a good Diva bomb. That's a good one by Blase. That was a great copy. And then drops it on the gate. And this is, like, where it comes from, right? Like, London play the wrong heroes, and, like, Blase's copying. Like, that was, I think that might have been Blase's first Diva bomb copy. And he gets, like, value out of it. But then, like, Hardy plays Orisa, and they have good value, right? They're pushing through, and then they do this weird thing, and now all of a sudden he's back on the wrecking ball and just dies again. It just seems weird. It feels like they're sort of like losing to themselves a little bit. If Hawk can get this Diva bomb, they're in such a good spot. And it looks like he's gonna get it. Oh, Kai getting hybrids so bad. So now he has to swap. Yeah.
60 seconds.
Yeah, and it's like Hardy's not gonna really be able to do much on this Wrecking Ball for the exact same reason. It's not as bad. I actually don't think the Wrecking Ball is as bad as like when Kai's playing McCree and stuff like that, because the Wrecking Ball can get a lot of space and could put a lot of pressure on Kai. So the Wrecking Ball's not the worst thing here, but it's also, I don't think it's really gonna help the rest of his team too much. Like, he's gonna try and get space, but Hawk knows, like, Hawk's a smart enough player. He just needs to follow Hardy, and he's not gonna get that space.
Adaptive circuits engaged. With
Time to raise my APM.
30 seconds remaining.
High B greater than Kellex? Well, that's a hot take.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
I think Kellex has been fine on the London Spitfire. I think his Brig Mercy is definitely the things that I like more from him. I haven't seen too much of his Lucio. But
Cease your resistance.
high B greater than FD God? Okay, now we're just... Pelican was dying of laughter when he copied the Widow, yeah. When did that happen? Did that just happen? Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here at this point.
Enemy spotted. Adaptive circuits engaged. Widowmaker.
Yeah, that's when you know you're pretty far ahead, when your Echo just goes deep and then laughs it off.
30 seconds.
That's when you know it's not going great. Alright, chat, now you guys are just saying stuff to say stuff.
Cease your resistance.
Alright, good bongo by Gator. Knowing that they're gonna have to set up and like engage early. Ooh, I don't know if I like these. Oh, actually, those mines were good. I thought they were gonna end up in the doorway. Hybrid gets Gator, which is a good kill. Kai getting Reaper is a problem. Gator gets rezzed again. Massage is dead. But it should be fine. They should be in a pretty good spot at this point. Morphic's gonna get murdered down. They're just gonna have to touch point. Run into the Diva bomb. I didn't remember that fight. That was very one-sided. I knew it was one-sided. I didn't remember it being that one-sided. That was not a close match at all. I think Spitfire looked the best when they played their Orisa comp. And they like enabled everyone else to be better. Atlanta looks great. Let's talk about the positives first. I think Atlanta looks great. As I said, their meta and like their understanding of the meta seems like one of the best, and that's why they're having so much success. Their players are playing really well. They're on their comfort heroes now, right? I think last, in May Melee, Pelican was having to go over and play that Tracer, and it kind of struggled. They just didn't look super comfortable. Kai wasn't really able to be enabled too much. I think they look really good now. Spitfire, on the other hand, they have some good moments, and then they just, sometimes they don't, but I definitely think they've missed the meta. I hope that they come back this weekend and can get some wins, because, as I said, London Spitfire, they play... Who does London play this weekend? It's actually... Here's what we need to show. And here's the terrifying thing, right? They play... why do I think they play Dallas? Oh wait, where's my pick'ems? Let's see who they play this weekend. So Dallas and Glads. I think it's Dallas and Glads as well. I actually think that this weekend they play against Dallas and Gladiators. Houston and Dallas, yeah. So this weekend, London has to play against Dallas Fuel and the Houston Outlaws. Okay, and you're like, wow, that's gonna be hard for them, and they're probably gonna go 0-2, which is fair. Obviously, that sucks for them. The scarier thing is, look at this. The last time they won a match was in June 27th of 2020. And they're struggling a lot. That's not, obviously this is franchise. This is back when they were an APAC team and that kind of stuff, but the franchise is just really not going great, and their results just haven't unfortunately been able to live up to it. So I really want to see these guys turn it around, because they're in the gutter right now. There's no way to say it. They've lost I think the answer is 17. I think they've lost 17 matches in a row in the Overwatch League. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is 17. So, and that's sort of a story that's sort of going under the radar, that London have just, they really haven't had a good series. And this weekend's going to be hard for them as well. So I hope that they can at least, like, even if they are playing against hard teams, Houston Outlaws looks, pretty good, and I trust them to come out with a good meta once again. Dallas Fuel is Dallas Fuel. I don't as much want to see London win these matches. I just want to see them play well. If I can just watch them play well, see the improvements, play the right heroes, play the right meta, I'll be happy for them, and I'll be excited seeing them move forward. And then after this match, if they do go on to, they're done with the June Joust. We'll probably wait until next tournament when we'll get to see Sparker come into the lineup. Hopefully get them some new life. So that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Much love. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.